I want to introduce my dream team of doctors who have helped me every step of this journey. Please welcome chiropractor Dr. George Mariella. He's the owner of Body Structure, chiropractor Dr. Chett Mallett, acupuncturist Aaron Nemi, restorative trainer and chiropractor Jonathan Leary, and Dr. Mallett is still with us. So first of all, I want to brag about all of you because it was about 4 months ago that I went to get my MRI, and I could struggle through the days here. I could barely host the show. I wasn't having any fun. And for about 2 months, all I could do is I would go home and I would lay on the ground. That was it. And here I am 4 months later, and my body is starting to be restored, and I'm happy. I'm having more fun hosting this show than I ever have before. Thank all of you. So first thing you said when you saw me, and this is something that you always talk about, is the structure of the body. You know, you guys saw me, and you're like, wait a minute, your right shoulder's way, way low.
Yes.
And you had me look in the mirror, and I mean, my posture was terrible.
I think that's common. I think a lot of people will sometimes be diagnosed like you did with cervical dysfunction or cervical compression or disc problems. But if there's dysfunction, particularly like with your shoulder, you had upper cross-body syndrome, right? You had all these weakness happening with your chest, with your rhomboids. If you don't strengthen, stabilize those muscles, there's nothing to really stabilize and maintain the corrections that you're doing in the cervical spine.
And Dr. Mallett, one of the things when I first came to you, obviously I wanted it to be fixed immediately, but really starting to functionally move things around, which took time, but it was amazing as that process evolved for me.
Well, we could easily, identify, much like a dentist can identify sort of decay in your teeth, we can identify that decay in your spine or dysfunction that's happening. And basically being able to treat that right away, you get that window of opportunity before surgery at times to actually get in there and start correcting the function and allowing the decay to kind of slow down. So
after about 2.5 months of the therapy, then that weight came off the nerve, I started to feel a lot better. And through that whole process, Aaron, we talked about acupuncture, pressure points earlier in the show associated with migraines. What was interesting is it did more than just calm down physically. I have to say, I would feel calmer in every element of my life after I would leave the table. And everyone afraid of those needles, they don't hurt.
One of the greatest things about acupuncture is deconstructing that stress response in your body. So when you are that calm, that's where the healing and restoration comes from.
And by the way, I saw Aaron yesterday. I hadn't been sleeping well. I slept better last night.
Awesome.
Thank you. And a lot of you all saw me working with Jonathan. You're really focusing on this restorative element of really empowering and getting those muscles to fire that we stopped using.
Exactly. So the focus of the workouts is basically looking at these muscle imbalances caused by posture, and then we're looking at firing patterns, stability, mobility, and then we're just fixing it through corrective exercises.
And the funny thing about it, I have to finish with this story. For years and years, my mother, who is watching as we speak, used to make fun of me for my posture. And then as I biked more and more, it got worse and worse. And then obviously, Dr. Mallett, you diagnosed those disc herniations, and it was downward spiral. Mom, how am I doing? A little bit better?
She'd be impressed. She's impressed.
So if you're suffering from something like this, don't be like me where I kept canceling my appointments, because if you do get on the road to recovery, you're going to end up, I feel this is going to be the best year of my life. Thank you guys for all your help.
Absolutely.
And we'll be right back.